Welcome to another episode of Ron's O-Gauge Train Journey. Because I'm working on a old Marx, used to be battery powered engine, putting a AC motor power on it to try and create a motor for this old Hafner streamliner. All right, we're moving along here on the motor for the Hafner M10000. I decided after many days of thinking that I would not get a DC motor and put it on there. I did some questioning and found out that these motors that Marx put in their battery operated ones will work. You have to keep the voltage down, and so I have a bridge rectifier attached now, and I've tested it, and now I'm about getting the electrical from the track. And what I did was I took this from a little micro motor that I had that was messed up, and I took that off of there. And initially I was thinking, okay, I'm just gonna put that thing on there. So I cut off the tabs, except I remembered that the Marx micro motor has a direct contact for power to the brush because this is metal. I said, oh, this is not going to work. So I took a target card and in the absence of a fiber board, I used this as a template and made my own. And now I have to drill a hole here. I was thinking of different things to make this piece that sticks up. And after thinking through a couple different things, I was thinking, well, I think the easiest thing would just be drilling a hole and putting a little screw up there so that the contacts on here will have something to go on and will work. Anyway, that's what we're trying. Okay, here's an update. Well, it's one of those, duh, Ron, what you think? I noticed that this has been changed up. One, I think that's the way it's supposed to be in there, but I didn't notice it when I put it back in. I put it with the bottom down. And as I was trying to test it out in the track, it wouldn't work. It would work when I lifted it up, of course, and I was trying to figure out why. Was this not connecting right? Was this not providing ground? Well, anyway, I finally looked at it on the track and I noticed that this part was resting on the bottom. So I flipped it around. Anyway, other progress. I decided that the wheels should be brilliantly steel with my Dremel tool, steel wheeled to get some shine on it because of the chrome of the car anyway. And then earlier in the video, you saw that I made this on my first attempt when I was looking at other motors to make it fit. So it was a matter of putting it on and tying it in with a screw and a nut, which I still have to go back and make sure it won't, by motion stuff, work loose. So I'll put some Loctite on there. Anyway, this is pretty good. I drilled a hole. One of the other things, oh yes, which may end up being an okay thing, these should be reversed, because right now it goes backwards. It does not go forwards. This is the forward end. So I am now mounting it in this way. I'm not too sure that that's a bad thing, because this will put the weight here on these drive wheels, and this might be better in the back than in the forward. At any rate, it's an easy fix if I need to switch it, and then it means I drill a hole in another spot on this. This is the hole that connects it to the top, and that works. I know it does. Holds it in. However, I am getting a short somewhere else now that I put this on, and I'm putting it into the shell. I'm not sure where it is. I think it might be these pieces here on the rectifier. By the way, I was going to talk to you about the rectifier. I'm not an awesome knowing person about electrical things, and so I had to try things up. But evidently, you get a rectifier. This is the positive, so that means one of these is this. One of your positives goes here, and it goes opposite. So this is the other positive that the other lead goes away from, and that means this is a negative and this is a negative. So your negatives or your grounds go to those two. So you just got to find that little spot, and that helps you out. Anyway, on this, in mine, I think I need to bend these posts in towards the center so that they don't touch anything in there. Plus, maybe using some sort of thing, get it so that it stays down. So most of these wires are solid core rather than stranded. So I also probably need to bend them a little bit and make sure that they're in the right position. That will probably help. But that's what I'm working on right now, is trying to find that what is rubbing, what is doing what, so that when I put it in the shell, it works. And then, don't know. I got to see if it has enough, if it causes slip. In the original aspect of this motor, there was a 1 or 2 batteries back here that would give weight to this side and more weight to the whole motor. So I may end up adding weight to this to help it drive, and I have like plenty of space in there. So we'll have to figure out that. But finding the short is first. And then I'm also working on the light piece. The shell had a battery light piece. I put that on top of that. So I've been working on trying to figure out something that I can use to light in there. My original thought was I was going to use a regular light bulb, but I need to have the light bulb that they used to have for this, which was very flat, and the flat ones that I have don't even fit in there. I was going to take that and drill a hole through the bottom and maybe put in a LED. But I came up with this scenario, this little piece here, which I found, and it was a LED bulb that I had that had come apart. So I took it off and I drilled a hole to put an LED into, and I know that it works pretty nicely. So now, and I know this, with this little lip there, I don't know if you can see it, it has a lip, means I can push it up from the bottom and it doesn't go all the way through, it stays. So now I got to come up with something that keep it in its place, and then I will attach the wires. I got to figure that out too. Me and my electricalness is probably going to take a lot more than some of you guys, but electrical deficiencies, I mean. But I think I might have a thought of how that will work. Otherwise, I'll have to experiment until I figure out what you guys already knew. Anyway, that's where we're at. We have succeeded with the light. I had to add a piece of metal and wedge it in to keep that in place, and works well. We have succeeded in finding the short that was happening. Now we've added the end pieces. We need to add one more end piece, and because in my test it was not moving, I need to add some additional weights. The original one didn't have this. This is just another one of these over here. I couldn't find one that goes on here, and the one that goes on here has another weight inside the back here, right in there, that would definitely help with the traction. I gotta figure out what to do. So I'm going to add some weights, and I'm going to add these little pieces that I showed you before are going to go right in there to redo the tabs. Okay, test number, I don't know how many. Added this on, and this has some weight in it, which I'll show you. And we have more success. Let's see, give it a push. Whoa. Can't see that. If you can see, there's a gap there on that front wheel, which means I'm pretty sure the piece that I put in is keeping that wheel up a little bit for the collector on the bottom. Anyway, I'm also not sure about that. I don't like that. It's kind of tipped, and I'm not sure if I like that or not. This is just some weights that I put in there, and I didn't try without it, but I probably should. But this is what I think I need to push down in a little bit so that those wheels connect. Now, those aren't driving wheels, but I still like them to roll. So, all right, we have finalized some things. Maybe a little too soon. I added the top piece there and the other top piece here. It gets that look, that other customized there. I ended up changing that metal piece here that I had in there for another part of a plastic hotel card or credit card or whatever to hold that in, hold that light in its spot. And then I tried adjusting the height of this. There's a couple things. I have a screw that is holding that piece up. This one is fully up. I could still move it down, and this one I brought down a little bit. Hopefully then this is lower when it touches, and it has the ability to go down even further. We shall see if that does the job. Anyway, when things dry, we will put it on the track again. All right, here's the look of the full thing. Still has probably a little higher wheels than it would have had, as it seems to go up a little bit there. But here's the 4 cars. Alright, we had to do a little more. I had to add a little weight in the front nose, because on the curves it would come out. But we have it working now.